Money FM 89.3, the best of Saturday mornings. Singapore Home Brew on Money FM 89.3.
Welcome back. The 30th Enterprise 50, the so-called E50 Awards, recognized 50 local enterprises in Singapore in late November for their innovation and their grit and their ability to get the job done. It was themed celebrating legacies and inspiring the future to keep sight not only in what the past and current winners have done in the midst, but also to look and see how they can exceed past achievements. We are very happy to have in the studio with us today the winner of the E50 Award, Oh Chee Yong. He is the CEO of Choon Huat Engineering Private Limited. Great to have you with us, Chee Yong. Thanks for being with us, and congratulations.
Hello, Glenn. Hello, Neil. Thanks for having me here.
How does it feel to win that award?
It was humbling. It was exciting for me because it really makes me feel that the past 10 years' work was pretty much recognized in a way. It was good. It was there's results coming out of it.
Yeah.
And like what the previous this speaker was talking about, was listening. He mentioned about resolution. I mean, baby steps such as this applies to companies as well.
Yeah.
I mean, for the past 10 years, we have been making baby steps, making reasonable steps, steps that we recognize as realizable, and slowly make sure that we grow along the way that we can.
Yeah, I was in the room that night when you were given the award. Of course, the guest of honor was Deputy Prime Minister Heng Keat. There were 1,000 people in the ballroom at Resorts World. I mean, and these were a lot of heavy hitters in the room. Was that nerve-wracking for you to be amongst that group of people and the other 49 who, frankly, are all very, very worthy of the award?
It's definitely nerve-wracking. I mean, for us, we were a very toned-down organization, toned down company in the SME world. In fact, I'm also very nervous over here because it's the first time on the radio show, and I really didn't know what to expect. But it was kind of interesting. I mean, I brought my kids here. They came here and made some noise outside, and it wasn't. Then I realized the noise installation was fantastic.
It's fine. It's to stop people from listening to us outside. Now, we'll bring the kids in after. That's great. All right, for a layman engineering person like me, Choon Huat Engineering. Number one, what do you do? Number two, what did you do to win the award?
Okay. So Choon Huat Engineering is basically a construction equipment supplier transforming to a solution provider right now. So we were providing construction equipment such as power generators, air compressors, forklifts to construction companies all over Singapore.
So they don't have to buy their own, they rent them from you, or they buy them from you, or what do they do?
No, they rent them from us primarily because we will provide the maintenance service for them, and they do not need to hire skilled labor, they do not need to worry about asset costs, all these things that all companies are looking forward to, because they want to focus on the things they want to do. For example, I'm a main contractor. I want to make sure the project runs smoothly. I don't want to care about the equipment breakdown. I don't want to care about the maintenance. Then these jobs are left to professionals like us. So we do only one thing: to maintain the machines, the machineries on the constructions well, and so that they can make sure that projects run very, very smoothly.
Now, what's the history of the business? Is it a family business? How long have you been going?
It is a family business since 1983. So all in all, around 41 years. Pretty much it was started by my grandfather together with my uncle and my fathers. And they worked together to do machine repairs at the start. Then slowly they transformed the company to do equipment rental when Japanese machineries start to come into Singapore in the 1990s, late 1980s, early 1990s. Then they started to transform into this industry. And till when when it was 2013 when I joined, we were more or less on the transformation of whether we want to do it better or we want to continue doing it the same way. But obviously, it is not the right choice to do it the same way because change is the only constant. So when I came in, basically, pretty much, first thing that I did was to transform the IT system, the enterprise planning resource software in the company. So because I had experience in Accenture before doing this consultancy, and so what I did was to basically speed up the process of the digital transformation in the company. And after that, what I did was to slowly, step by step, department by department, improve the processes, improve small little things here and there, improve the people over there.
Like what? Give us an example. Like you improve productivity? What is it?
So all in all, is to push productivity. So in the past, everything was on paper. It was in a mess. So what I did was to improve transparency and improve the productivity by having certain small softwares here and there to assist in the work of all the staff in the company.
Wonderful. And so getting back to this award, sorry, Glenn.
Yeah, no,
the actual E50 award, what was that for specifically?
I think Enterprise 50 is to honor companies who contribute to the economy in Singapore and also to recognize their efforts in terms of probably now they are recognized people who are transforming, especially towards sustainability. I think one of the key factors that why the company was awarded the number one position was because we had really put our shoes and body into the sustainability world. Why I said that? Because in our industry, I mean, in particular, equipment rental companies, we are doing a lot of diesel engines. So emissions, noise, smoke, diesel, that kind of thing. And what prompted us to move forward was really the availability of technology that can, not to say eliminate, but to drastically reduce emissions in Singapore or in the world. So one of the key products that we are already bringing in is the battery energy storage systems, or we call it BESS. So this particular product has already been recognized by the government as one of the key things that can transform the power generation in construction sites. And I think our product has been included as one of the pre-approved product in the energy efficiency grant just recently.
So how's it work? You're using batteries to run lights and forklifts and things versus using diesel engines or motors? What is it?
Exactly how does it run? It really depends on what is required on site. But typically, what we are providing is using the BESS for tower cranes, for motor applications, because these applications are pretty much difficult to control in terms of their power usage. For example, a tower crane, it might be idle for 2 hours, and suddenly it needs 300 or 400 amps of power. Then you need a big generator of 500 kVA to be idling there for hours and wasting diesel. So what the BESS does is when the tower crane does not need that power, it does not release that power. When it needs that power, it gives that power immediately.
So switch on, switch off kind of thing?
A sort of switch on, switch off, but automatic. Yeah, so you don't need a generator to keep running on site, and you reduce a lot of emissions. And based on the figures that we have via data acquisition, is around 80% that we can achieve. 80% fuel saving or carbon savings we are talking about.
That's huge.
It is huge.
Yes.
It is absolutely huge.
And on which systems that you're renting out? Tower cranes?
Yes.
What else?
Tower cranes, we are also supplying to cement batching plants, where there's high surge of currents and sometimes lower power usage along the day. So it really makes a difference in terms of the carbon savings, and of course we talk about fuel savings and essentially also cost saving.
Wonderful. I mean, you say 80% fuel savings. To a layman like myself, it seems obvious. Why isn't everybody doing this? So the question is Is everybody doing this? And if they're not, why not? Is it a cost factor? Are you, frankly speaking, spending more money to do this?
The OPEX is very good, like you say, but the CAPEX can be very, very high. So a typical BESS can be 3 or 4 times more expensive than the diesel generators.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
So when I invest in a BESS to rent to my customers, I'm actually investing much more. But then at the end, it's still viable, because at the end, the cost savings to the customers based on our solutions can be up to 30 to 40%.
Based on the fact that using less fuel.
I already factored in
when the crane is idle
and the cost that we are giving them.
And then do developers use you know, there's this idea of scope 1, 2, and 3, right? Companies looking backward in their supply chain. Can they then reference you in their emissions, in their ESG, you know, saying, hey, we use this contractor that uses this best system. We cut our emissions even from the construction process.
Yes, you are right. In fact, that is one of the key things that we are trying to certify our product for. And
because many companies are really looking at that.
Yes. Definitely the bigger developers or the key players in the market are looking at that, and because they want to look good on paper, or simply because they want to give an effort into sustainability. So for us, the products really make sense in such that for the companies, cost viability is there. So if they really want to look into sustainability part, we are also doing our part in terms of getting our products certified. We recently got an EPD certificate, which is an environmental product declaration thing that gives certainty in how our product saves, how our product contributes to the sustainability part. Yeah,
that's fascinating.
Yeah,
we had a guest on before who talks about sustainability, how this is the key now, that you have to convince businesses that they have no choice but to go down the ESG, because the long-term benefits will be greater anyway. But still, you get those traditional, old-fashioned Tauke mindsets. Well, this has worked for me traditionally. Why should I affect my bottom line? What would you say to those guys, the ones who are just holding out with their old, traditional, money-making, gas-guzzling methods?
Actually, what I want to say is I think they need to be open. And I already mentioned that its cost is viable. That means you can achieve savings for certain applications that we recommend. So let's say you have a bunch of tower cranes in the construction site, up to 10 or 15 tower cranes. You could be running 15 diesel generators for 24 hours or for 12 hours for during the daytime. But if you use our products, you could be using 4 or 5, the best, and 4 or 5 smaller diesel gen sets. And that will mean that you will save cost, you reduce emissions, and you transform your company in a way that your workers are working in a better environment, less smoke, less noise. And you give your contribution to the sustainability world. I mean, Singapore is looking into it because there's no other way that we can stand up but to do this.
Yeah, and with the massive amount of construction that goes on in Singapore every day, every year. I mean, it's a multi-billion-dollar business, right? That's happening. That could make it could bring huge dividends in the future if people do adopt this. And it must be a great marketing, quite honestly, tool for you as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was really easy for us to market it out. But of course, like what Neil said, there are Taukes who are just resistant to changes. But
it's a very traditional business.
Just have to be open about it. Just try it out. What we did was at first when we tried, right, there were companies who are resistant. They do not want to make mistakes. They do not want to answer for problems that will come. But what we did is we gave you free demonstrations, and within 2-3 weeks they convert.
People love free in this town, don't they?
They love free. But to us, it's a no-brainer because to see is to believe. To try is to believe. So once they tried it, they know that it really saves diesel, it really creates better environment, it really is more reliable, then why not?
We're talking to Oh Chee Yong, the CEO of Choon Huat Engineering. They just won the top E50 Award in November for their sustainability and their work supplying construction equipment. How does this go forward for you? Would you First of all, what percentage of your equipment right now is best equipment, and are you going to go to 100%, or what does that transition look like?
I don't think it will be 100% because the way it is in construction in Singapore is there's a lack of grid power in a lot of construction sites due to the availability of power coming in to new sites especially. So what I foresee is there will be a 50-50 thingy. That means 50% diesel generators and 50% BESS in our fleet. Right now, BESS is we have around 40 plus this BESS in our fleet already, and most of them have been deployed to site already. Yeah. And we are looking to grow another 2 or 3 times in the coming year. So it'll be heavy investments, heavy stress for us as management because we need to make sure these products are out there and earning money for us.
Who makes them? Where are they made? The sets? One place only?
They are made in China, in Shenzhen. Yeah. And this particular company has already formed a joint venture with us. Wow. So this is to lock in the interest for both companies like us and really to push things hard for the greater good of Singapore.
Yeah. You're clearly a market leader in this, and I think it's wonderful. You may not be able to answer this question, but due to your success, do you see this becoming the norm? Do you see business regulations changing? The government will follow your lead and say, if they're doing it at Choon Huat, I want every building construction company doing what you're doing. Is that something that could happen? Business regulations might, construction regulations might change?
I won't say the government will follow our lead. I'll say that we will follow government's lead.
Oh, well said. Well said.
But,
a true son of Singapore.
But true enough, the thing is the regulations will slowly change to make sure that people adopt it more readily. And it is definitely for the greater good of the construction industry for Singapore and for Singapore's position in this sustainability sector.
Are there incentives in place already? I wouldn't know for this kind of thing.
Just now I mentioned there's this energy efficiency grant.
Right.
So this is part of the introduction end of last year, actually it's December 30th, if I'm not wrong. So they introduced this thing that give incentives to all companies if they purchase or lease BESS in construction sites, but with some conditions attached. Yeah, of course.
And for the buildings themselves, is this part of the BCA Green Mark certification? Does the BCA look at buildings that are built in sustainable ways, like using your type of equipment, or has that not come yet?
It is not very clear yet from BCA yet, but
because that would be the next step, right?
Yes.
Not only have a building that it runs efficiently, but one that was constructed efficiently.
The Green Mark works on the building has ongoing green factors.
Correct.
Yeah, but for the construction site, I think it's not very clear yet. I think they are looking into it. In fact, different agencies have contacted us, be it BCA or JTC or HDB. They are looking at ways to how to quantify the value so that they can come up with a proposal or a framework for BCA to look at and award the Green Mark or other points for this green factor.
Because that would really drive adoption if it got to that level, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Hey, we have to leave the conversation there, but thank you so much. Oh Chee Yong, the CEO of Choon Huat Engineering. Congratulations on your E50 award and for doing something in an industry that is very traditional and frankly not very green most of the time, but to do your bit to make it much better.
And I'll just say a personal question. You're obviously a very young CEO. I'm sure your family must be very proud of you.
To be honest, I'm not very young. I'm almost 40 this year.
Young to us.
Almost 40 this year.
I remember those days.
Almost 40. That means you're in your 30s. Come on, Chee Yong.
But a CEO of a major company in your 30s and you're winning a huge award. I mean, it's wonderful.
It's massive.
Yeah, I'm really humbled by it and very honored for the award as well. So I have to thank everybody for being supportive, especially my family and the team in the company who are really doing everything they need to help push these things for us.
Yeah, we'll come back when you have more things to talk about. We'd love to have you on again.
Right, thank you. Thanks.
Thanks very much.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.